Hi, it's Jay from Mayaba's Wind. I am here to do your Leo reading for January 2026. So without further ado, it starts out with a warning, okay? And so, Leo, it may have been a very treacherous past year. However, the treachery is not quite over just yet. So, Spirit is warning you that you need to continue to do your cleanings, to do your prayers, to do your meditation, just to stay in alignment with what it is you're supposed to be doing. You know, Spirit is also talking about you taking care of your blood. So just be careful of getting needles at this time. Be careful of getting tattoos at this time, and also monitor your blood to make sure your blood has the right amounts of, sugar, aka glucose, salt, and things like that, so you don't get hypertension or diabetes at this time. Okay. I would also suggest that you get blood panel work done, just to check to see that your vitamins are at the right levels. And I'm not a doctor, I can't diagnose, but I have to put it out there, just to, make sure you check on your blood to make sure everything is good. Okay. And it's not for you to be paranoid. It's just to stay on top of your health. Okay. So that you can live a long healthy life. Okay. Spirit is talking about true love is coming in very soon. So if true love is not here, true love is coming. All right. And so remember, this reading can refer to the recent past, what's happening now, or in the near future, and it's talking about true love coming very soon. It's really important that you do a breaking bath, okay, with a rompe saragüey herb. So you can get that herb at originalbotanica.com, or you can get it on amazon.com, or you can get it at your local botanica. You can get it fresh or dried. If you get it dried, you boil it, cool it down, pull out all the leaves and stems, say your prayers over it, and then use it that way. If it's fresh, shred the herbs into the water, say prayers, and then you go shower, wash off with soap and water, and then you pour this from your neck down, and you air dry. You dress in white and you sleep in white for both dried herb and fresh herb. Okay. And so this will remove any kind of negative energy that you picked up over the last several months. Okay. Because Spirit is saying that you may have been experiencing some level of sickness. Whether it's just you feeling fatigued, you feel like something may not be right, headaches, heart palpitations, things like that. And so Spirit again is saying that, this may be due to a number of things, and one being brujeria, witchcraft, obia. This is the season. A lot of the signs have been, getting this this energy, this negative energy being directed at them. Okay. Especially for you guys cannot do threes at all. You can't do threes in love. So if you don't know about a third party, you're not really responsible for that. But if you know that there's a third party, a side guy, a side girl, whether you have the side guy, side girl, or whether the person that you're dealing with, is not, being faithful, it's really important that you end that, because it can result in STDs, pregnancy, unplanned pregnancy, but also stalking from an emotionally unstable individual, which can lead to, if it's in a really bad worst case scenario, an unaliving of someone. Okay. So, Spirit's talking about that. And Spirit is saying at this time it's very important for you to walk the straight line. Okay. So, you experimenting is not going to be a good look for you. And you may feel or be more sensitive to police presence, around you when you're driving, when you're walking, just a heightened sense of awareness about the police. Okay. Spirit is saying that dark magic has been done. So, you just have to work your way through it. you know um There's also another component to this, which is like issues within the family. Okay, so it's talking about that there could be challenges with family members. People are not talking, you know, people are not getting along for whatever reason. So they're talking about this. If it's not with family members, it could be with people that are like family to you in your circle. Okay, Spirit's talking about as a part of this like brujeria, this witchcraft. Spirit is warning you of fires. So do not leave candles lit unattended while you are not there. Okay, turn them out. All right, and snuff them out. Don't blow them out. Okay, you just got to be on high alert. Okay, until you can stabilize your situation with limpiezas, with cleanings, you getting a reading, you doing your spiritual baths, your prayer, your meditation, and things like that. Okay, because Spirit is saying like, these people, whoever's throwing this dark magic, they want to see you experience loss. They want you to experience loss, sickness, a ton of things. And Spirit is saying that you can bounce back. You can do rituals on the full moon, do spiritual baths, do things to cut through this negative energy and to get rid of these things. So I suggest you do your rompe saragüey bath or your quita maldición bath, which is to get rid of things. I suggest you do that on a full moon, because full moon is a good time to get rid of things. Okay, and in addition to you doing your prayers and your limpiezas, you definitely want to say your mantras for protection. Okay, and so in the other videos that I did, there's 2 mantras for protection. There's Om Ayudaye Namaha and Om Dum Durgaye Namaha. Om Dum Durgaye Namaha. Okay. And so, as much as I am, a priestess in the Afro-Cuban tradition, I practice in Hinduism as well, because it's like medicine for the spirit. Okay. And so you can get your mala beads. There's mala beads like this. They come in different materials, but there's 108 on this prayer necklace. Okay, and you always start closest to the tassel, and you put it on your middle finger, which is the furthest away from the ego, and you push through with your thumb, and you work through each one of these beads and until you come back around. And 108 is the number of activation. Okay, so it go like this: Om Ayudaye Namaha, Om Ayudaye Namaha, Om Ayudaye Namaha. And then also too, if you choose to say the Om Dum Durgaye Namaha, you put it on your middle finger and you push through Om Dum Durgaye Namaha, Om Dum Durgaye Namaha, Om Dum Durgaye Namaha. Okay, and you push around, push all the way through until you reach back to the tassel. Okay, you could do this sitting up in lotus position, laying down, whatever it is you feel comfortable. At this point, you got to do something, because Spirit is saying that these things are being thrown, and it's you got to do a lot of work to deflect this energy. Okay, so you can do that, and both of those mantras are really powerful, really potent. But you can also check out my playlist for mantras for protection, and you can learn them just how you learn lyrics in a song. You can definitely learn the mantras. Okay, these are really short mantras and easy to pronounce. They're also talking about your sleep. So your sleep may be being affected as a result of this brujeria, this witchcraft that's being thrown, this dark energy. So they're suggesting that you put a dream catcher over your bed. Okay, you set your intention on the dream catcher, blow your breath, and set it hang it on the wall above your bed to help deflect negative energy. Okay, Spirit is saying, like, at this time, just hold up on moving forward with things until you do your spiritual baths and you do your prayers and your meditation. Spirit is saying that this is a phase of contemplation. Okay, it's a phase of spiritual cleaning. You definitely have to take some sea salt, say prayers over it, Blow your breath a little gently on it, and then sprinkle it around your house in the corners, but especially across the threshold of your door that you come into the house, okay, for protection from negative energies. Spirit is saying that if you are not going on vacation, if you're not going on holiday, to a warm tropical place, it could be that your family is from a warm tropical place. Um, it could be that you're moving to a warm tropical place, you know, that your ancestors are from there. It's some kind of connection between you and this warm tropical place. And again, it's emphasizing the warmth. Okay, you know, there could be sand there. It could be a hot, sandy environment as well. Spirit is talking about this. Spirit is saying and reiterating that mantras are going to be your key to helping you to heal and to move forward. Okay, so it's very important that you do that. You're getting a lot of and I color coded these cards, so you're getting a lot of green cards, which talks about springtime, new beginnings. And so, you know, I'm venturing to say that, like, once we hit late February, March, April, May, into those spring months, you're going to see you know, a blossoming and opening up of things for you. Okay, I know people feel a way about Moldavite. And so, but Spirit is saying that, you know, for some of you, Moldavite is going to be very good. Okay. And just keep in mind, some of the things in this reading could resonate for you. All of it can resonate and none of it can resonate. But Spirit is saying that, you know, it's important for you to be around green, lush green environments, the forest, the woods, you know, tropical, you know, rainforest, things like that. Okay. Because this is going to refresh you and uplift you. Spirit is saying that you have a connection with the herbs. You have a connection with plants. It's very important that you have plants in your house, provided you don't, you know, have allergies and things like that. But Spirit is saying that there's going to be an opportunity that comes, that you're going to hit the jackpot. Okay, this is going to be the jackpot. You could be hitting the jackpot with a certain person as it relates to love. You know, you could hit the jackpot as far as like work is concerned, an opportunity. Okay. Spirit is also giving you warnings about certain things. So hold up on sweets. Eating sweets is not going to be good for you, especially if you know you have diabetes that runs in your bloodline. Okay. So, because it's saying that, you know, these sweets will make you feel sick, or it will promote sickness in your body. Okay. And Spirit is saying that, you know, you're listening to this right now. This is especially the message for people who have some level of fame. You could either be famous and you're watching this, be connected to someone who's famous, or, you know, approaching some level of fame. And, you know, it may not be Beyonce, Jay-Z, J-Lo, Ben Affleck kind of fame, but it could be, you know, someone, you know, falling into the subway and you save them, you know, and then you get some kind of notoriety, or people know you in the neighborhood. Okay. And so Spirit is talking about this. You know, they're saying at this time, it's very important for you to, you know, not be engaged in using substances. You know, this is a, what do you call it? A judgment-free zone. Okay. And so, and I know people like to drink, like to smoke weed, like to pop pills, whatever your poison is. Spirit is saying at this time, it is not going to be good for you. Okay. You got to really keep, you know, a level head. You got to be super keen. And that's the work of, you know, meditation, meditation, prayer, spiritual baths. Okay. When someone is working brujeria on you, you know, you become susceptible, you become open, your defenses are lowered. Okay. Your vibration is lowered when you're taking in these substances, and then you are susceptible, you are open to being attacked by these entities. Okay. And so Spirit is saying that it's very important that you pray and meditate. Okay. At this time, you know, Spirit is talking about a couple of things in the tarot deck. You know, we have Justice, but the Justice card, the Justice card, but it came to the side. Okay. So this could be a couple of things. This could be And this is talking about divine justice. Okay, this could be as it relates to you coming into union with your divine masculine or divine feminine. Okay, and so there, your special person could be stuck, torn between two people. Okay, torn between the karmic and the divine person. Okay, and so right now this card is to the side, so there could be like a holding pattern. There could be a moment of a quiet kind of contemplation. Someone could be like in the hermit mode at this time, and so spirit is saying just be patient. And through your prayer and your meditation, you tapping into your third eye, your spiritual eye, things are going to open up, because you are a lover girl, you are a lover guy. Okay, with this Queen of Cups, and that you love very powerfully. You love strong, okay? And you love unconditionally, okay? And through this love, love will help you to pull through a lot of these situations that you may have experienced, okay? Also in this love, once you connect with your divine masculine or divine feminine, because you have the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. I believe that, yes. So, but the King of Cups came reverse, okay? So, I'm talking about the divine masculine in this case. And so the divine masculine, again, could be torn between two people, all right, or torn between two situations. And they may not necessarily be in prayer and meditation at this time. They may be struggling to work through these things, and so this is why the King of Cups is kind of to the, I believe it was reverse. Okay, it was to the side of reverse, but either way, it's this masculine is not meeting this feminine eye to eye just yet. Okay, there's still things in process. Okay, and divine justice is trying to work through these things, trying to help you out. But you definitely need to pray and meditate, because it's saying that again, this love is in a holding pattern. Okay, because I want to say it's a divine connection, but the divine connection is not being realized at this time. It's not happening at this time. There could be remnants of it, inklings of it, but it's not there yet, because someone has to work through things. You have a backseat driver, okay? You have someone, and when I talk about backseat driver, it's like someone who likes to dictate, and run shit. And they don't really, they either don't have the license to run shit, they don't, yeah, they just haven't earned it. So there's someone in your life, it could be like a karmic, an ex, or someone that was, really not treating you well. Okay. And I'm saying that my right eye is jumping. And so spirit is saying that you're going to see what you need to see as a result, as it relates to the karma hitting this person that wronged you, that did you wrong. Okay. Because it's talking about Another Day in Paradise. This is a song by Phil Collins. And it's like, it's talking about think twice. Okay. And so the people that have, taken advantage of your kindness, have abused you in whatever way, spirit is saying that karma is hitting them. Okay. And that, it's not good. All right. Spirit's saying, tell me who you love and I'll tell you who you are. Okay. And so this is kind of a rough message. So, if you're in an abusive relationship, I'm not saying it's your fault. Okay. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you need to look at why you are with this person, why you are staying with this person, why you are tolerating the nonsense, and I'm not minimizing, what is happening. Okay. But what I'm saying is you need to look at yourself to see what are your deficits? What are your challenges? What things that you need to be healed, which are, causing delays in you leaving this relationship. You could have physically left this relationship, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually, it still plagues you, okay? And so Spirit is wanting you to evaluate, to take a review of things, okay? Spirit's saying what you do in the dark will come to light. So, things that were being hidden from you are going to be exposed. So don't worry about that, okay? And Total Eclipse of the Heart, that song by Bonnie Tyler. So every now and then I think about us and I fall apart. So Spirit is saying that someone is reminiscing about you. They're reminiscing about the love that they had with you, okay? And they may be in deep regret. They may feel helpless or hopeless, or be at a loss for words. They may feel stuck, but Spirit is talking about, this person is in deep regret and hurt over the connection that they have with you, okay? Spirit's talking about there's a bun in the oven. So what does this mean? This means that, you could be, getting pregnant. There could be some kind of pregnancy that's happening in your love story. Or you could hear about a pregnancy from someone close to you, but it's talking about this, okay? Spirit is saying that, it's now is the time to reflect on what things happened in 2025, what things went well and what things did not, and putting together a plan, writing with actual pen and paper down the things that you need to accomplish, small goals and large goals, long-term goals, okay? Very important that you do this, and it's talking about that because, divine order, Spirit is saying that things are not how they need to be for you right now. That there's still things in process, in progress, that are still trying to work itself out. And so that's why the prayer and the meditation is very important for you. It's talking about this indigo child. It's saying that, you could be a very, spiritual person, okay? But you can also have children that are very spiritual, that need to be guided, that need to be cultivated, that spiritual work needs to be done for them and with them and to them, okay? And because it's talking about the children. And it's also talking about that if you are pregnant, if there is a pregnancy, spiritual work needs to be done around this child, okay? And I'm strongly suggesting you do not, broadcast the fact that you are pregnant, okay? It's very important that you not do that. When I was pregnant, years ago, no one knew I was pregnant until I was 7 months pregnant, okay? And even then, I didn't want to say anything, but I started showing. So, Spirit is saying that, you keep this to yourself. You keep in prayer and meditation, and things will work itself out. This has been your Quickie read for the sign of Leo for the month of January 2026. In case you want a private reading, you can email me at ayabaswind, WYND999 at gmail.com, or you can DM me at Instagram, ayabaswind. All right, ciao.